Okay, who else just felt low-key uncomfortable when the Goblins came onto the screen? And the reason why I felt uncomfortable is I'm going to guess that same reason you did. Goblin Slayer? Anybody? No? Just me? Just me? Just me? Good morning, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, evening guys, welcome to Chris is Talking. This is going to be, yes, I said that a lot faster than I needed to. I have coffee in my system. This is going to be a review for the series, well no, episode 1 and 2 of this series, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. If you don't know anything about this series, I would definitely say go jump on this series. It's only on 2 episodes currently right now, and it's an isekai genre, so you know, like going into another world, whether it be reincarnated, whether it be dying, whether it be taking your mind into another world, you know, that whole kind of same type of series as Overlord and Sword Art Online and ReZero, you know, just amongst that kind of world set. And what I can say is, even though I've just thrown out a bunch of those kind of titles, this feels like it's its own series so far. It's only 2 episodes in, but so far I really enjoy it. The sheer fact that the main character is a slime means that we're basically seeing a creative way of storytelling instead of the main character being some overpowered person like Overlord, but which was done well. I really enjoyed it. If you guys want an Overlord review, down below, subscribe, comments, Overlord review. But it doesn't feel like it's just a rip-off from Overlord, because 1, he's not irons, he's a slime, so that's a totally different kind of thing. 2, I feel like because the character's a slime, the storytelling's a lot more in depth. We really have to be engaged with this slime's character personality, because we're not really seeing anything else, and because of that as well, it means the visuals to the series have to really stand out. And I can honestly say, so far, 2 episodes in, I'm really enjoying it. We've only come across a few characters this episode. We got to see a few other humans, which was nice because we never actually got to witness any other humans in the first episode. Were there any humans anyway? I don't know. Obviously this episode we got the opening for the series, which showed us a whole bunch of characters which looked kind of cool, and we got to see a few things which I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but if you've read the manga, could you just please write yes, the opening had spoilers, not because it's going to help us in any way, but just because I feel like too many series are doing this where they'll show something that should be kind of left to the end, and movies are doing this in trailers as well. I don't know, it's kind of slightly annoying, but at the same time it looks kind of cool as well. The fighting and animation of the fighting looks pretty fucking sick. Kind of reminded me of something A1 Studios would do, and it gave me a huge Maggie vibe. Why am I talking about the opening so much? I actually did like the opening, it's pretty cool. The first episode we got to see the whole kind of background to how this guy who is a slime, who now has a name, didn't have a name in the first episode. His name now is Rimuru Tempest, and he got that from exchanging names between himself and the dragon who we were speaking to in episode 1, who were the only main characters. We did get a small background of the main character's kind of like life and who he was, and the fact that he was a virgin, he hadn't been in a relationship at all, he's around 30 years old, he's doing good in life, you know, he didn't really need anything else in life, life's going fucking cushy for him, and then he gets stabbed. Unfortunate for my guy, and he gets turned into a slime from someone who's as fucking awesome as myself to a slime. Not as myself, but that's pretty much what he kind of said. Why am I so all over the place? Coffee is not good for you kids, especially in the evenings. That's pretty much episode 1. We did get a few little things, as well as the fact that this main character, I'm going to call him Rim, his name's Rimuru Tempest, but I'm going to call him Rim. Rim, basically, he's a slime that can absorb data, absorb anything, and from the things that he takes in, he can then replicate, he can use the properties of the things he's taken in, he can learn anything about whatever he's taken in, whether it be minerals, whether it be like just nutrients, whether it be anything like that. And if he's like an animal, he can take on the characteristics, he can literally turn into the things he's just basically he's digested or he's taken in as well. Also, I don't know whether it's right to say digested or not, because he told the dragon that he would basically be a partnership with him, let him free from the seal that he's in, which is the dragon couldn't leave the cave. It's either gonna leave the cave or be in his stomach, and the dragon had that much faith in him that he decided to let him eat him, which I was like, okay, not exactly the craziest kind of, not craziest, but not exactly the, I don't know, I don't think I'd basically allow anybody to just eat me and just give me some open word promise that he'll set me free sometime. But yeah, so far it was pretty cool. We got to see a lot of the like characterization of Rim, which is cool because we don't have anything else to go by. As I said earlier, there's nothing else to go by, so this really has to be done with the characters, the engagement, just whether the characters alone can sell it to us with no visual aid. I say that, but in this episode, some of the abilities that Rim was able to kind of portray looked pretty fucking sick. And I don't play many RPG games, but the few games that I have played where, for example, I played Spider-Man for a hot second. Not really RPG, but in the skills section where, I hope this isn't a spoiler, it's not really part of the story, but there's a part in the game where you basically, any skill that you get, you can basically choose, you can level it up and then it kind of goes down, and that one skill will open up 3 other skills and then it'll kind of go down, open up more skills. Kind of the same in DC Universe Online or the Batman Arkham games or literally any fucking game you play. So I like the fact that that was kind of shown in this, which gives it this more game type feel. I also liked Rim's personality when he came across the Goblins, because he was not aware of how powerful he was, but not apparently, but he has a huge fucking aura which he was not aware of, and he was really fucking emitting that like it was no tomorrow. And because of that, the Goblins really were like scared of him from the get-go. They're like, oh shit, who's this guy? And when you find out the whole background with the Goblins and what they're doing and why life's so hard for them, and then the dire wolves and blah blah. And this episode is pretty much showing our main character, the MC Rim, and his engagement, as well as a bit of world building, because we get to see a few humans, we get to find out more names, a few landmarks, all this kind of shit, slowly building the world, slowly slowly adding shit in, and I really like that. What I want to know is, what are your thoughts on the series so far? Do you feel it's kind of samey? Do you feel it's like every other isekai series, or do you feel like it's going its own route? I personally think it's doing quite well so far. The jokes are landing for me. I'm really invested in Rim. I'm really curious to see where this goes, especially the fact that he's not like every other MC in an isekai series. He is his own thing. It is all about himself and how he's going to carry it. We could get characters, but they could die off every single second. Just gonna say, I don't really know. Yeah, if you guys are interested to see my episode 3 review, where we'll be going into a bit more depth episode per episode, then do subscribe, because I'm excited to talk about this series. I'm also excited to talk about Goblin Slayer as well, which is on episode 1 already. It's already passed, so once episode 2 drops, I'll do that as well. And obviously we are now in the full season of anime, so loads of things are in episode 1. Once a lot of series are in episode 2, for example JoJo's, which is out on Friday. On Saturday I will be releasing a JoJo video. So these small little things here, so turn on your post notifications so that you never miss fucking video I post, because I hardly post videos. Oh, home truths. That is it. If you enjoyed this review, then hit that thumbs up. If you do want to come back for more, then do come back for more. If you don't, then don't, you know. I'm not gonna fucking force you. But what I do want to know is your thoughts on this series, and whether you're gonna stick around for this series, and what's your favorite series or underdog series so far for fall 2018. Or to Chris is talking. This is fucking one take. Peace.